And we want to get into our next interview now with a guy named Five, who I only came across recently. And he's got a brand new single that we're going to be playing tonight as well. But first of all, we're going to get into a little conversation with him. If you guys are online, check out the Facebook page. It's HopeJamz Radio, as HopeJamz with a Z. And also we're on Twitter at 70x7 Music. All right, let's get into it. How you doing, man?
Man, all is well. How about you, Andy?
Man, it's a pleasure speaking with you, man. First time on HopeJamz, so welcome to the show. You go by Five, right?
Yep, yes sir, Five. Yes sir, man.
Nice one, man. So tell us, first of all, man, let's jump straight into the name, man. Like, why Five?
Five, man. So, I gotta tell, I can't tell it without telling a little bit of my testimony. So, November 7, 2010, man, I walked into a church. I had been up high on meth for 7 days, had been up all night smoking crack that night. When I heard a voice say, go to church, went to church. Long story short, went to the altar, and I was instantly delivered in rehab from crack cocaine, methamphetamines, alcoholism, being a womanizer, all that stuff. It all fell off me on that day at the altar. And the Lord, he spoke to me clear as day. He said, show the world my grace. And so I was actually, when God called me to do this Christian rap stuff, man, I was actually going to call myself Grace, and my wife was like, that's kind of girly. I don't think you want to travel the world with people calling you Grace. You know what I'm saying? You don't want a girl name like that. And so I was like, you know what? You're right. So the next day, actually, I was watching a pastor on television, and he was, he was preaching on grace, and he was talking about how the biblical number for grace is the number 5. The number 5 is the biblical number for grace and favor. And so I took the number 5, added IVE to it at the end, 5 IVE. And what it means, it's actually an acronym. What it means is grace is victory everlasting. So, yeah, that's the name, 5.
Nice one, man. Nice one. So, obviously, that explains your name, man. But apart from that, like, how did you get into the scene of what you do? Obviously, like you said, you used to be all those kind of things. So, was it like you literally were in the secular music before and you started doing like the Christian side of it?
Nope. Never pursued music or anything in the world, man. I love music, always loved music, man. Like, I was a big, huge Tupac, Kanye West, Zero fan. Those are dudes I listen to, man. But, I always loved music, just never really pursued it. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Texas, so I did a lot of freestyling, like that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We'll be out at a party or, out at the club or something and just grab the mic and start to flow and go off the top of the head. As far as like a career or anything, I never pursued it while I was in the world, man. But when I got saved, a friend of mine introduced me to, Lecrae. And so when I got saved, I threw away all my music. I was like, man, I don't want to hear this. It's all garbage now. Like, I love those dudes and I love what they were about. I love the talent that they just didn't line up with what I wanted to be anymore, man. So, I stopped listening to secular music. To this day, I don't listen to any secular music, any of that stuff. But yeah, a friend of mine brought me some Lecrae, man. And, I was like, wow, this is actually fire. This dude's actually rapping about the Lord. And it's fire. So, I felt like God was calling me and leading me to do that, man, and just to get a voice in this generation, man. And so that's what I did, man. So, about 7 years later, I'm still doing music. I'm doing this full time. Been doing it full time since he called me. And, I just want to share the love and grace of Jesus Christ all over the world, however I can.
Man, well, that's brilliant, man. That's an amazing story, man, that you got into it like that and everything's going good, man. So tell us about the music, man. Whereabouts are you with the music at the moment?
At the moment, man, so I'm working on, another album, Me Against the World, Volume 3. I got 2 volumes out right now, plus I got 5 more albums out. So I got about 8 albums out right now. But yeah, man, just trying to work on being who God called me to be, man, and being unashamed. Not really trying to keep up with the Joneses or follow this new wave where people feel like you don't have to say his name to minister, man. So for me, I I can't talk about life without mentioning the name of Jesus, because I wouldn't have a life to live if it wasn't for him. And so for me, I'm just on that route of, being uncompromised, unashamed, and really like putting Jesus all up in their face, man. And, people are either going to accept it or they're not, you know what I'm saying? But, it's all love over here, man. It's all love.
Yeah, man, that's the best thing, I guess. You got to represent Jesus as, whatever you're called to do. We're all like different parts of the body. We all can reach different people, and we can do different things. Some of us are meant to be kind of in the church, some of us are meant to be out in the street, some of us are meant to be more mainstream than other people, but you just got to do whatever, do whatever you feel called to do, kind of thing.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, and that's it too, man.